Hey guys, I'm coming to you a little bit late this Sunday because I'm actually out on location in Grand Junction, Colorado, on the western slope of Colorado. Behind me, you can probably see a vinyl liner swimming pool we're putting in. And it's kind of a service we're adding to our existing on location training in Missouri that we do 4 to 5 times per year. That we will probably start going out on some like consulting training trips remotely on occasion, maybe once a month for a week at a time. Shoot some really interesting content in some areas with different soils, different elements they're dealing with. Obviously in Western Colorado, they got different soils, different climate than we would in Missouri. We're doing one in Northern California that's in a liquefaction zone here in a couple months, and even doing one possibly in the Virgin Islands later in the summer that is obviously in a massive hurricane bullseye. So ICF solves all those problems, but in different ways, and I love bringing that to you guys. But I want to talk today, the main reason of the video is to just talk about all the training we do and the future of that, and also this, more specifically, the skin microplaster training that's coming up literally in like 5 days. Because I haven't really gotten into that, and I'll tell you why, but it's on. I'll get into the details. But first, I'll just do a quick overview. So we started about 14 months ago doing in-person training, hands-on training as much as we could, which I think the market is missing. Most of the training that the big companies will have available will always be it'll be like in a hotel convention room. They'll show you lots of pictures and talk a lot in the air conditioning, and it sounds great. Or it'll be online. It'll be on the internet, and that will be it's good information, but it really leaves a ton of missing pieces from just what you can get from touching, feeling, and actually doing the work yourself. So we try to bring that to you guys, especially for swimming pools, but even in general, this training I'm doing in June, we're gonna even build just regular wall piece just to show you how that would work on a foundation, on a monopore. We're gonna cover all those bases. I think it's been really rewarding to watch a lot of the past trainees go into building some pretty amazing projects and do so with confidence because they've already seen it, they've done it, and they feel good about it. That said, we're gonna keep doing those trainings in Missouri probably every 10 to 12 weeks. We got one in June, we probably have another one in August, but we'll also start mixing in once every month or two. We're gonna go out on a consult like I'm doing right now, and just kind of bring it to the world. These guys here, they're building this vinyl liner, and this is a market that's very underserved by the pool industry, but there's a lot of demand. So the guys that took over this build, and I'll get into this build next week, but it's one of those ICF horror stories that just guys got in over their head, and I've seen it way too much in the last year or two, which is a big part of why I want to do this training. You may have seen from some of the B-roll that I've been running, there's furred out walls because there weren't plumb, and the drywallers and everything. It's going to be an amazing house, but the effort they're having to go through to get there is way more than it needed to be. So I'll get into all that. So we're going to go out on sites, out on jobs like this to try and help avoid all that. I mean, it's a very simple and easy trade to master, but a lot of times, whether it's a labor shortage or just somebody getting in way too fast, way in over their head, I've got at least a couple people I know very well in my market that have had a few struggles lately because they dove in head first. And it's not the way to run a business. I don't like to lose sleep at night, and I think some of these guys probably are when they get into some of these problems. So that's why we're gonna do the training in general and keep it going, because I really believe in this product more than almost any product in the industry. But I think that the labor is in a pretty good state of shortage at the moment, and it can only benefit from having more skilled technicians. Anyway, skin microplaster. I'll get into this really quick. It's not my training. I am hosting the event for skin. They came up with the idea first. They decided to bring in this crew of Italian guys who kind of invented the processes for installation. They are the OGs of this product, if you will. and Skin offered to fly them over to redo this pool that I had used Cidercrete on about 6 years ago. And it started having problems after about 3 years, and it has been just drained and awaiting a solution for about a year. Got a really awesome client who's patient because we were looking to do eco-finish. The amount of effort to get Cidercrete yanked off and taken to eco-finish is a bridge too far, in my opinion. And that's why we were kind of waiting on something, not Cidercrete, you know, not a lot of the traditional plasters that somebody might try to use. And I think as this came along, it does appear to be the best solution for a double-sided ICF form finish. Like I said, I do tons of eco-finish on projects that we start from the beginning, but there are so many of you guys reaching out to me going, I've got a Cidercrete failure, the customer's mad at me, what do I do? I think this is going to be the solution. So they are coming in on Friday of Memorial Day weekend. I think that's like the 24th or 25th. And they are going to start. The reason I have waited so long to give you any details is because the way Skin wants to be distributed, they want you to put in like a big number for your first buy, like 6 figures of product. So I had to sell several pools worth of this to different clients I knew to make that happen. And so the product for that pool that we're going to be doing was tied up in that order, and it's not even here yet, but it is, the tracking says it's gonna be here either Monday evening or Tuesday morning, giving my guys about 2 days to do the first prep coats, which are just skin base is what it's called. It's sort of like your Cidercrete's base coat, but it's different. It's a little stickier and a little bit more, it's a more waterproof product. And anyway, so my boys need to get that done. And that's what I've been very worried. I don't want a bunch of you guys coming in and then just watching the Italian guys prep a pool. I want to see it get finished. So anybody who's been to a training before, it's free to come. Anybody who's bought a kit from us at Roast, ICF, and Supply, it's free to come. If not, there's a small fee, not like our normal training. Like I said, it's not gonna be me taking you to a million sites and putting on 12-hour days of content for 4 days like we do at my big trainings. It's gonna be very informative, but it's gonna be very pointed. It's gonna be how to finish a pool with this really cool and innovative product. I think having these guys come in from Italy is a real blessing. It's gonna be super handy because these guys know more about it than anyone in the world. So if you're even remotely thinking about it, I think it's valuable. But just understand that this is being put on by Skin. My main goal is to just shoot a bunch of content, make as informative a video about the product as I could, and also help facilitate through Roast getting you guys this product when you need it, without you having to buy $100,000 of it for 10 pools right up front. So that's gonna be the benefits. But like I said, this one's not gonna cost as much. You just reach out to support@icfguru.com, send me an email if you wanna come. Obviously it's like 5 days away. I don't really care if there's a bunch of you or a few of you that come. It's really just being put out there as a way to supplement their travel costs, and also just let as many of you that wanna come and see it. Because like I said, I know there's a ton of you out there with, other crate pools, if you will, that are having trouble. And I think this is a good solution. So without any further ado, I'm gonna get out of here. Randomly, the guy who owns this place has a business partner who is a one-wheel distributor, and he loaned me a GT, so I was already out riding it, and we're going to lunch and we're gonna go for a ride today. So pretty stoked about that. It's kind of a neat thing about going out on site, is just meeting new people and getting to do interesting, fun things, because you can't fly with a one wheel very easily. So having a guy just randomly be a dealer here gives me something fun to do on Sunday. But like I said, if you are interested at all, hit up Jess at support@icfguru.com. She'll get you the info, and if you want to come, I'd love to have you. Otherwise, I'll see you next week.